I'm Lauren with Pack Hacker, and today we're going to be taking a detailed look at the Topo Designs tech case, which I've been testing for the last 2 weeks. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up so we can keep helping you find the right gear. Let's dive in. So starting off with the materials, this is a 450D coated nylon, and you can just tell kind of by the look of it that it looks like just like a regular nylon backpack. It does pick up a little bit of fuzz around this, but in general it's a nice kind of chunky tech case if that's something that is you have a lot to carry for a day-to-day, or if you just, want to prioritize that. Specifically, there's a couple of organization things that are good for bigger gear, which we'll get into when we actually get into the tech case itself. But this thing does have a 3.5 liter capacity, so you can fit a fair amount of gear in here. There's 2 separate zippered compartments. Each of these zippers are YKK zippers, so you've got these nice long zipper pulls here. It's very smooth to open, and then a handle here, which the handle is very necessary because this thing, when you move it, it's big, right? So you're going to want to carry it this way, and having that option is really nice. It's almost like a little briefcase. But what I like the most, I think, about this is the attention to how large it is and how much you have to unzip these zippers, because they do have, these grab points here on all of the sides. So it does add a little bit of, I guess you could say, clunkiness, but not really even that much. They're pretty low profile, but it just helps to open. So if I'm gonna grab this here, it gives me a little bit of support. And then same for, this side. It makes it a little bit easier, and it's on both sides, so regardless of, I have some zippers up here because that's happened to be where I zip them to, and then here, it's a little bit easy to access. And then same with having the 2 zippers so that you can unzip a little bit and get in there if you need to. But on the front side here is a separate pocket, a little bit of branding there as well, pretty subtle as usual. And then pull tabs on the sides as well. And then in here is the pocket. So it's pretty tight. I didn't find myself using this a ton. Right now I just have my phone in here. As you can see, it's pretty wide, and when it's packed out, this gets really tight. So this pocket itself I found to be the most useful if I didn't have a lot inside the pouch in the first place. So it's kind of up to personal preference. Depending on, you can kind of see it a little bit, it leans like I have more stuff on this side than I do on this side, which means that my phone slides in pretty easily over here, but it's gonna be, a little tighter, if not possible to get it over on this side. Like there's like a little bump there stopping it. And so it's a pocket down here, but it also goes up this way. So like with my phone, I can fit it in kind of the whole way, so it doesn't fit in the pocket. Like if this zippered pocket were to just zip up and be done, my phone wouldn't fit in here, but because there is that extra lip, you have room to put in some larger devices. So if you have a Kindle or some sort of an e-reader, that's great for that. And then there's also a key leash. So it's very short. This is, primarily just to keep your key, organized and in place. Like with the pocket itself, with how my phone doesn't really fit in super well when it's really packed out, bulkier keys really don't fit either. So I found myself just kind of grabbing whatever key I knew I needed, and then I can just slot that in, and I don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to get multiple keys in there, or they don't fit or anything like that. So then getting on to the inside of the pouch here, we'll start with this top bit. So this is one long elastic, and right now, to kind of give you an example of what it could be used for, I have a set of larger noise canceling headphones, but you can really use this for whatever you want. In some of the promotional photos, they have like a sunglasses case in here. It's kind of really just for larger gear. I think the biggest thing that I ran into is that it's huge, right? Like if I wasn't carrying this, or a sunglasses case or something like that, then this elastic loop was pretty much useless to me. You can still use it kind of as a little bucket, since you do have a little bit of room in there. So if you wanted to like freely toss your phone in, it's going to stay pretty much in place. But just something to keep in mind, that it is more designed for, if you're somebody who is always carrying these because you're, doing photo or video editing, or you prefer those over, wireless headphones on a plane or something like that, this would be really good for you. But again, as things that are bulkier get in here, the bulkier the pack gets, or the tech pouch gets. So say, for instance, I wanted to put them in like this. It looks a little bit odd, but then it's like, you can barely even get it closed, because I do have this other side packed out as well. So I found myself pretty limited with sizing on this. You have this big elastic here, and then a pouch on, or a zippered pocket on this side. And if there wasn't anything that fit within these, it just kind of ended up being like a useless pocket for me. But again, mileage varies depending on what you carry. So in here I have a Kindle. And so this pocket is pretty large. It's mesh and zippered. So this is really good for smaller gear. If you wanted to keep like a smaller headphones case in here, or headphones or loose cords or anything that doesn't fit on the other side or on this side, that's a great spot to do it. But it does, again, add a little bit of rigidity, just because, as you put stuff in here, it impacts what can go in here, and then impacts what can go in here, and then on this side, and it's just kind of like a little train of trying to get stuff to fit. So for the sake of showing you sizing, I'm going to just zip this when it's empty, and then open up the other side here. Now this side has more organization, but I kind of run into the same problem as the other side. So there is a zippered mesh pocket here. I have a power bank in there. There's a lot of extra room. So again, you can kind of put looser items in there. And then here there are 4 elastic loops, and then 2 here. So you could really, you can make this like a pen loop, if that's, something that you need for yourself, or you can fit a pen pretty much anywhere. You can kind of make these as you need them. They are all the same size. As you can see, this one's slipping out a little bit just because it is small. So if you wanted to put that in there, that works too, and then it's safe and secure. And then these loops here are all the same. So these are cords of varying sizes and thicknesses. And the loops themselves are pretty versatile for them, especially with this. This is my like full laptop charging cable, and it goes right in here. It's a little bit of a squeeze, but it's not overly tight. And then same with this, like the cord's a little bit smaller, so it's going to be easier to get in there. But the elastic does a pretty solid job at accommodating cords of different sizes. The main issue I ran into is that there's only 4 of them. So if you needed more cord storage than that, you're kind of like limited to putting stuff in the pockets. In this pocket, in this other compartment here, you kind of open this up, get a feel. It's pretty structured in the center here, so this isn't like, I guess you could, keep that open if you want to. I never really did. I just kind of opened whatever pocket I needed and just kept it organized that way. And then on this other side here is a slip pocket, and this is where I kept my, larger brick here. So again, you can put this brick in here if that's something that you'd rather do, and then save this pocket for a notebook or something like that. There's a lot of variety in how you can arrange things, just because it is a fairly large tech case here. So if you wanted to add a little bit more or take things away, that's totally up to you. The size of it, I wouldn't necessarily consider this if you were just looking for general cord organization. There are smaller pouches that would do a better job at keeping, if you only have like 3 cords and a pair of headphones, this might be a little bit overkill for you. But the biggest benefit is going to be on this side here, with being able to store, a set of noise canceling headphones or something like that. But to kind of give you an idea of sizing. Without those headphones in here, it's pretty slim. So I used it mostly like this. I don't carry these with me daily, but it is handy to have that option just if I do want to take them, if I plan on being on the go, and I like these better for, you know, airplanes and things like that, if it is going to be a little bit louder and I want like complete silence. But then, so again, kind of size reference, and then closing this in, it's significantly larger. So again, mileage is going to vary depending on how much you carry. The biggest benefit is going to be able to store those larger headphones, but in general, it's a pretty capable tech case. I felt really confident in the materials and it was comfortable to use. This carry handle is really awesome. I had some issues fitting it into, you know, a day pack just because it was a little bit too large and a little bit overkill for me. But if you need all that gear on hand for you, this is a really great pouch to keep it in because it's going to be all in one spot for you. So there you have it, the Topo Designs tech case. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next video.